See, right now, you're fighting a battle that literally doesn't exist. And I know this may sound confusing to you, but I know where you're at right now. You're thinking of the future, you're thinking of the past, and you don't realize that trying to understand this, trying to control it is holding you back more than you ever have before. It's causing depression, it's causing anxiety, all of these symptoms that society have spoken about. The reason why it exists is because everyone tries to focus on how do I change the future, or how do I make the future a reality, or matter of fact, how do I get to the future even though it doesn't even exist, it hasn't happened yet, or how do I change the past, which again does not exist. Why does this make sense and why you should internalize this is because the only thing that you should be focused on right now is the present moment. That's it. The present moment. The literal second that you're watching this video right now is the present moment. The thoughts, the emotions that you have in this present moment, what you're doing right now is all you need to focus on. And this is probably the best thing that you're doing right now because you're watching a video that's giving you awareness. Again, everything that I say is all about awareness. You have not been aware that all you're doing is causing depression, anxiety in yourself, and uncertainty and frustration over the fact that you do not actually control these two variables that are uncontrollable because they simply don't exist. We're all in moments of time, right? The future is simply a culmination of the present moment. A culmination of present moments cause the future. A culmination of present moments that have happened have caused the past. So every single time, everything is tied and anchored to the present moment. And all you're doing is you're causing yourself pain. You're using up a lot of your energy, a lot of your personal energy, the energy that you could be using to propel yourself forward in the present moment. You are wasting it on the future and the past. Two variables that do not exist, right? And until you understand this, until you internalize this, you will never be quote unquote happy. And the goal for a man is not to be happy, it's to be purposeful. You will never feel purposeful, right? You will always think that you're depressed. And so the framework with depression and anxiety, you have to understand that depression is essentially you trying to basically remedy the past, trying to fix the past, fix the past present moments that have already existed, that have already faded into oblivion because these moments don't stick. The outcome of those moments do, for sure. But the only way that you can change the outcome of those moments is by being in those present moments, which you cannot be. You can only be that in your mind. And that's it. It only exists in your mind. It doesn't exist in reality. It doesn't even, once those things happen, it's gone. So if you want to solve depression, you have to let go of the past. You have to let go of those culmination of present moments that have caused the pain that you're experiencing in the present moment. Because this present moment, believe it or not, is going to be a past experience in the future, right? That doesn't even exist yet. So that's the past. The future doesn't exist because you're creating it right now. This video could completely change your future. Another video you watch could completely change your future. An action that you do within 1 second, one tiny action can change an entire trajectory of your future. You could choose, hey, I want to go drive somewhere. And at that second, there was something that was happening and you crashed, right? And that changes your whole future because something happened. God forbid. We're not saying that this is going to happen. We're not putting this in the air, but I'm giving you an example of literally little things. You could go to a restaurant at the specific minute and time somebody else shows up, and that person could have been the greatest person that you could have ever met at that restaurant. And that person changed your entire life with an opportunity that they present to you in that present moment. So present moments really matter, and you need to really start being meticulous about your time, about the minutes that you spend, the seconds that you spend, the decisions, the split second decisions that you make. You have to be really cognizant of how that's going to affect what the quote unquote future holds. But you cannot be tied to the future because you have not created it yet. Life is very spontaneous. Things happen. Things change. You cannot be tied to a specific future because that future does not exist. That reality has not come to fruition yet. It's in your mind, right? So all you can do is for the present moment, do the things that you need to do to manifest or to create the future that you're looking to have. But to focus solely on the future and think about the future and worry about the future and not know, here's the thing, life is it's incalculable. I think that's a word. Incalculable, one of those two. Life is something that you cannot calculate. It's something that you may be flat broke right now and something comes along and you see money in your bank account. You didn't even think it was going to happen. Life is very spontaneous. You may not know anybody. You may be single and struggling and trying to find a woman. And next thing you know, you go somewhere and you find the woman of your dreams. That is how life works. Life is very spontaneous. It all depends on the present actions that you take. That is why that is the most important thing. And the minute that you can let go of the two variables that you cannot control, which are the past and the future, you now become a present being. In the spiritual world, you need to be present because that is what allows for you to be aware of yourself. This is why meditation can be important. I know I've bashed on meditation before. I think it's great when it comes to being present and understanding how to control yourself and how to actually sit in the moment, because that's what you need to do. You need to sit in the moment. You will start to see things change in your life. You'll start to see yourself get better and better and better. You'll get out of ruts where you can't get up out of bed. You can't do anything because you say that you're depressed. Depression is a symptom for most people. It can be genetic for sure, and it can be a real clinical issue that needs to be solved. But for the majority of the population, I genuinely believe it is a symptom of your mind. It's a symptom of your mind. It's something that you can change with a slight tweak to your awareness with a video like this explaining to you why it even exists. You're trying to change something that doesn't exist, which is the past. Anxiety, same thing. Do you need anxiety medication? Honestly, 99% of the population do not need anxiety medication. You know what you need? You need to be aware that the anxiety is being caused by you focusing too much on a future that's unpredictable, that does not exist yet, that literally can only exist with what you're doing at this very moment. So the minute that you become aware, you stop getting worried about the future. And anxiety is simply excitement in the opposite direction, in the negative direction. So if you're excited, be excited about the present moment. Be excited about the fact that you can control what you're doing right now, right? You're redirecting the anxiety. Depression is essentially just your body's mechanism of saying that you need to make a change, because everything that you've done in the past that has led you up to this point of the present moment is not what you want to lead you up to the next present moment that you will have that will be considered the past. And, now we're getting deeper into these levels of understanding, but you need to understand that depression is simply just your body's signal to tell you that what you're doing in present moments is not leading you to the future or the future present moment that you're really looking for. You know what I mean? That you genuinely desire. And it's your job to be able to take yourself out of that and make sure that you are in this present moment and change the inputs that you're currently doing to get to the output that you want. Because the minute you establish and you get to that future present state, and now I say it, there's future present state and there's past present state. You're always in one of the two, but you're always in the present moment. Always, 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 always. The more you think about previous things that happened, this is where trauma comes along. And I'm not saying you have to have short-term memory loss for everything. It helps. If everyone had short-term memory loss when it came to their past and their future that they think about, you would propel a lot more. Life would be more meaningful. This is why people who are highly meditative or these people who stay in the present moment, yeah, there are some things that I'm like, okay, I don't really understand why you're like that. That's kind of weird. That's a lot of woo-woo stuff. But the reality, the truth behind what they're doing is they're just essentially establishing the present moment and being there. When you talk to people, you have to understand the fact that you're thinking about the past, you're thinking about the future, you cannot sit there and be present with people. So people can't connect with you. The same way that I'm being present right now and speaking to you through this screen that you're watching me through. The reason why you connect with me is because I'm here with you. I'm not thinking about my future. I'm not thinking about my past. This is something that I've intentionally done. And this is how you connect with people as well. This is how you can connect with yourself. This is how you can start to make the right decisions to make both of those controllable variables at least pleasant for yourself. Right? So I hope this video shed some light on not thinking about the past, not thinking about the future, and really just focusing on the present moment. And watch this whole thing change your life. Watch things start working out for you. Watch people start connecting with you. Watch you start being more charismatic, right? You're not overthinking. These are all symptoms of overthinking. You need to stop overthinking and be there. Be here, just like you are with me watching this video. And you may be thinking about other things, but just watch this video. Watch this video every single day if you have to really drill this in. So I hope you got a really good insight from this. If I could have just changed your perspective just a little bit, I did my job. But feel free, like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend who struggles with overthinking, who's trying to figure things out. This may unlock a new level to them. Make sure you sign up to the free newsletter below. We talk a lot about again, 5 pillars of being a multi-dimensionally jacked man, right? So to be multi-dimensionally jacked, you need to be physically jacked, mentally jacked, spiritually jacked, financially jacked, and socially jacked. You need all 5. We talk about all 5 in the newsletter every week. You get emails from me talking about each of these in depth. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to keep this community going. I appreciate you and see you on the next video.